Lightspeed Rescue. Hello people, this is my second attempt at this Lightspeed Rescue review. I guess if I do long reviews, the microphone of this webcam I'm using doesn't accept it. So I'll try to speed it up and be quicker about it. This is my review of Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. The 8th season of Power Rangers, the second true standalone season. We're calling on Lightspeed Rescue to see how good this is. So we start off in the middle of a desert where some adventurers are wandering the desert and come across a tomb that's been down there for 5,000 years, and they release our villains for the season, who are demons. They are Diabolico, who's the head honcho, his lieutenants Lokai and Vipera. They are watching over their prince, Impus, who is their queen's son. It turns out they want to take over this town of Mariner Bay because the town is built over the queen's temple. So it gives them motivation. Because if you really think about it, what was Rita's motivation wanting to take over the world in PR1? The world was closed, Earth was closest to her. Zed just wanted to do it because he wanted to be better than Rita.
Which he was.
Mondo really wanted to do it because to prove the machines were better. I don't even know why Divatox wanted to do it. It's never explained. Okay, and Astronema wasn't even trying to take over the world. She was trying to stop the Rangers from finding Zordon. And it's not even explained why Scorpius and Drakina want to take over Lost Galaxy other than to find the Quasar Sabers. So, we're then introduced to the Lightspeed Aqua Base, our base of operations for this season, where Captain Bill Mitchell, I'm guessing of a branch of the military, it's never explained what branch. I know he was a firefighter though, instructs his daughter Dana to go out and to bring the 4 people to him that he has chosen to become Lightspeed Power Rangers.
Oh.
And the first one we're introduced to is Joe Rollins, the Sky Cowboy. He'll be the green. Then we see Chad Lee, he'll be the Blue Ranger. Kelsey Winslow, who's mountain climbing or rock climbing, she'll be the Yellow Ranger. And Carter Grayson, a firefighter, he'll be the Red Ranger for this season. And Dana will be the Pink Ranger, she's the 5th. After accepting their powers, the Rangers go out to fight the Demon's foot soldiers, the Batlings. These guys are really pathetic. Yeah, they're even more pathetic than the Putties and even the Piranhatrons. And that's saying something, to be more pathetic than the Piranhatrons. So, yeah. After morphing in public, which I don't have a problem with in this season because Lightspeed's a military operation. Okay, if it was not for that, I'd have a problem with this. But because it's a military operation, it makes perfect logical sense. This is the only one, though, I think that they do morph in public in. But like I said, I'm not through them all yet. And it'll be quite a while for this series to be done. So, yeah. So in the next episode, the Rangers get their Zords, and we're introduced to Miss Fairweather, who is basically the Billy of this season. She's a technical advisor. She made the weapons and the Zords. And the Lightspeed Megazord is okay. The ones that get, the Omega Megazord and the Super Train Megazord are actually better than the Lightspeed Megazord. So after some filler where we get the story news from deep in the shadows, Lightspeed is testing out the Titanium Morpher, which is being used on Carter, but Carter can't sustain the power, so it's dropped, and the Titanium Morpher is stolen. So while fighting Viper and the Batlings, the Rangers are introduced to Titanium Ranger, which is Captain Mitchell's long-lost son, Ryan, and Ryan becomes the Titanium Ranger is the first purely American-made Ranger, something we will not have again until, I believe, Jungle Fury, with the Spirit Rangers, but I'm not at Jungle Fury yet, so, yeah. After realizing that the Titanium Ranger is his son, Chad Mitchell doesn't want the Rangers managed to destroy him. But turns out Ryan's been raised by Diabolico to be raised evil. This gives me the vibe of how Time was first introduced as the Green Ranger back in MMPR. I always think it's better, by the way, when the Sixth Ranger is introduced as a villain and then turns good later. I think it's a much better concept. Of course, the Titan Ranger being purely American-made means you can't use him much in the season, and quite frankly, he's not, because he doesn't have a Sentai. Because remember, the Sentai Lightspeed Rescue is based on is called Go-Go 5, which had no Sixth Ranger at all, or anyone who could fill the Sixth Ranger slot like Lost Galaxy out with the Phantom Ranger, or with the Magna Defender, excuse me. So, 29 episodes in, we see Leo pulls Quasar Saber, and it's time for the team-up episode between Lightspeed Rescue and Lost Galaxy. Not a bad episode for a two-part show. It could have been better, and I think the Galaxy cast is wasted in this, because they're barely in it. In fact, the first part of the episode, the full Lost Galaxy cast, it only has Leo, Kai, and Maya. And then Ken and Damon come in part 2, but they're more the first time you see them. So, yeah. But, again, you don't have to explain how their powers still work, because the Quasar Saber draws their powers. It's not a bad two-part, but again, they spent more emphasis on Carter and a little girl, and it really hurts the season. And Ryan not being here hurts it, but then again, he'd be wasted like Mike was in the Lost Galaxy and Space team-up, since Zane wasn't there. Mike had nothing to do with it. Mike lost his powers in the Lost Galaxy anyway. So, the season comes to a close in the Queen's Revenge. Starts to come to a close in the Queen's Revenge when Banshira forces Diabolico after absorbing Vipra. Banshira forces Diabolico to destroy Lokai, which makes Diabolico mad because him and Lokai have been friends for all these millennia. Okay, it's never specified that they were friends before, but I'll go with it. It actually, anytime a villain becomes an inadvertent ally to the Rangers is always kind of interesting. It was interesting when Zed and Rita became unintentional allies to the Zeo Rangers and Zeo. So, yeah. Eventually, Carter ends up in the Skull Cavern, and he charges at Queen Banshira, punches her right where her heart should be with a big punch. I mean, showing that he's not afraid of her. He also goes in the episode of Super Demons, he goes after a grown Impus and Diabolico, or a grown Olympius and Diabolico about his Megazord. So the Rangers eventually destroy Olympius and Diabolico for good with the Life Force Megazord, which draws off the Life Force of the Rangers. But it turns out Jinxer placed a Battling card on the leg of the Life Force Megazord, which allows the Batlings to get into the Lightspeed Aqua Base. They eventually are drowned out, and Life Force Megazord is destroying the Aqua Base, so they use the torpedoes to destroy it. These torpedoes are not being used to make monsters grow. Speaking of that, by the way, Diabolico uses Jinxer to make monsters grow. Still better than firing torpedoes at them. Turbo flashback.
Yeah.
So the Rangers eventually, they don't destroy Banshira, but they trap her up for good in the tomb. She tries to take Carter with her, but Diabolico stops that, and the Rangers pull Carter to safety. And then they turn in their power, they turn in their morphers. Joel gets his date with Miss Fairley, they've been pining for all season, and they hear a fire truck and they all take after it, and that ends the series. Very good season, Lightspeed Rescue. The villains are the downing point here, though, because they're not that good. Diabolico I have no real problem with. Vipra's a problem because she's a demon with supernatural powers, but just wants to drive around in her stupid little car. How'd you even get a driver's license? What? A girl with wings goes into a DMV and wants a driver's license? The DMV would say, it's not Halloween, get out of here. Or, I don't even know how she got a driver's license. The Batlings are pathetic foot soldiers. They got beat up by Kelsey's elderly grandma. Even the putty's never gonna adapt. Carter was a great Red Ranger, actually my all-time favorite one right now of the 8 seasons I've seen. Chad was okay. Joel started out a douche, but improved. Kelsey's boring. She's probably out of deciding watching paint dry, which probably might be more exciting.
Why is she here?
Dana, at least, she wasn't that bad either. And Ryan was a very good Ranger for the short time he was in it, because, again, lack of Sentai counterparts. And Captain Mitchell was a decent little mentor figure. And I love the Lightspeed Aqua base as the base of operations. So it was a very good season overall. It's my favorite of the 8 I've seen, surpassing MMPR Season 1. So next up, so if you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and it's time for Time Force next. Thanks for watching. Bye.